January 1st, 2026, a brand new year filled with hope and possibilities. Young Ben, with a determined look in his eyes, made a big resolution. He declared, "This year, no more candy for the whole year." He was so proud of his commitment. But then morning came. On the kitchen counter sat a box of his favorite chocolates, a leftover from the holiday festivities. Just one, he thought. One little piece couldn't hurt. But one piece turned into two and then three. Suddenly, the realization hit him like a ton of bricks. He had broken his resolution on the very first day. The chocolate, once a source of delight, now tasted like failure. Tears welled up in his eyes as he cried out, "I failed already. The whole year is ruined." A wave of despair washed over Ben. He felt like the biggest failure in the world. How could he have given up so easily? He pictured the entire year ahead, a long, empty stretch marked by this one single mistake. He imagined telling his friends about his resolution and then having to admit he couldn't even last a day. The guilt felt heavy in his little chest. He hid the chocolate wrapper, hoping no one would find out. He was afraid to face his mom, afraid of her disappointment. The joy of the new year had completely vanished, replaced by a dark cloud of shame and anxiety. He thought, if I can't even keep a simple promise to myself, how can I do anything right this year? Every tick of the clock seemed to mock him, reminding him of his broken vow. The year felt tainted, spoiled before it had even truly begun. Ben's mom found him sitting quietly in his room, his head hung low. She could see the sadness in his eyes. Gently, she sat beside him and asked what was wrong. Through his tears, Ben confessed everything, the resolution, the chocolate, the overwhelming feeling of failure. His mom didn't scold him. Instead, she pulled him into a warm hug and opened her Bible. She read from Lamentations, chapter 3, verses 22 to 23. "The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning." She explained that God's forgiveness isn't like a one-time offer that you can ruin. It's fresh and new every single day, just like the sunrise. She told him that making a mistake doesn't mean the whole year is a write-off. It just means you get a chance to start again. Inspired by his mom's words, Ben closed his eyes and whispered a simple prayer. "Lord," he said, "I messed up. I'm sorry. Please, will you still be with me this new year? Can we start over together?" As he prayed, a feeling of peace settled over his heart, pushing away the guilt and fear. That feeling of peace gave Ben the courage to do the right thing. He went downstairs, found his mom, and told her the whole truth about the chocolates without making any excuses. He expected disappointment, but instead he saw love and understanding in her eyes. Together, they decided to adjust his goal. Instead of no candy all year, they broke it down into smaller, more manageable steps. Maybe no candy on weekdays was a better start. His whole family got on board to support him. His dad hid the extra holiday sweets, and his older sister offered him a piece of fruit whenever he had a craving. Ben learned that it wasn't about being perfect. It was about trying his best and knowing he had people who loved him no matter what. He also learned that asking for help wasn't a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. Every time he felt tempted, he remembered his family's support and his prayer, which helped him make a better choice. The rest of the year wasn't perfect. There were days Ben slipped up, and there were days he succeeded. But each time he stumbled, he remembered that God's mercies were new every morning. He didn't let one mistake define his entire day or week. He would simply pray, ask for forgiveness, and start fresh again. The year became a journey not of perfect self-control, but of incredible growth and grace. He learned more about forgiveness, both from God and for himself. He discovered the power of community and the strength that comes from being honest and vulnerable. By the end of the year, Ben was a different kid. He was more compassionate, more resilient, and he had a deeper understanding of God's unconditional love. His failed resolution on January 1st had turned into the greatest lesson of his year. He learned that failure isn't the end of the story. It's often the beginning of a much better one. So as we look at this new year, maybe you've already broken a resolution. Maybe you feel like you failed before you've even started. I want you to remember Ben's story. Your year is not ruined. Your worth is not defined by your ability to keep a resolution perfectly. God is with you right in the middle of your broken plans and messy starts. His mercies are new for you this morning, and they will be new again tomorrow morning. You don't have to wait for next January to have a fresh start. With God, every single day is a new beginning. Every sunrise is an invitation to try again, covered by His grace. So let go of the guilt, embrace his forgiveness, and step into today with hope. This can still be your best year yet, not because you'll be perfect, but because his grace is perfect for you. Thanks for watching. If this story encouraged you, please like and subscribe for more messages of hope.